Have you ever looked up at the night sky and wondered what's really out there? Beyond the stars and planets we know, there are travelers from the depths of space, visitors that defy our expectations. Today, we're diving into one such mystery, an object that's baffling astronomers and sparking wild theories across the internet. It's called 3I Atlas, and trust me, something very weird is happening with it. First off, what is 3I Atlas? Its official name is 3I 2017 U1, but that's a bit of a mouthful. The 3I part is what's important. It stands for the third interstellar object ever discovered. That means this isn't from our solar system. It's a wanderer from another star, a true alien object passing through our neighborhood. You might remember the first two, ʻOumuamua, the strange cigar-shaped rock, and Borisov, a more classic-looking comet. But Atlas is different. It's breaking all the rules we thought we knew about interstellar visitors. Let's travel back to its discovery. It was first spotted in 2017 by the ATLA's telescope system in Hawaii. That's where it gets its name. Initially, it was just a faint speck of light, another blip on a screen full of them. But as astronomers tracked its path, they realized its trajectory couldn't have originated from within our solar system. It was coming in hot from interstellar space, on a path that would swing it around our sun and then fling it back out into the void, never to return. This alone makes it incredibly special. We only get a fleeting chance to study these objects before they're gone forever. For a while, Atlas behaved as expected. It was faint, distant, and looked like a typical comet. But then, things started to get strange. As it got closer to the sun, it didn't just brighten up like a normal comet. It began to exhibit some very peculiar characteristics. And this is where our story really takes off, thanks to some stunning new images captured under the perfect cosmic conditions. Picture this, a remote observatory in Namibia, southern Africa. The sky is pitch black, far from any city lights, and up above, a total lunar eclipse is underway. The moon turns a haunting blood red as it passes through Earth's shadow. It's an astrophotographer's dream. But on this particular night, they weren't just pointing their cameras at the moon. They were hunting for Atlas, and what they captured was breathtaking. The images revealed Atlas not as a simple point of light, but as a glowing, ethereal green orb. This green glow comes from its coma, the fuzzy atmosphere of gas and dust that surrounds a comet's solid nucleus. For a comet, this is normal. As it nears the sun, the ice on its surface turns directly into gas, a process called sublimation, creating this beautiful halo. But the color and composition of Atlas's coma were anything but normal. The green hue is often caused by diatomic carbon, which is common in comets. But analysis of the light from Atlas told a very different story. Scientists used spectroscopy to break down the light from the coma into its constituent parts, like a prism splitting sunlight into a rainbow. This allows them to identify the chemical elements present, and they found something astonishing. The coma of 3I Atlas contains an unusual, almost unheard of amount of carbon dioxide, or CO2. Now, comets are often called dirty snowballs for a reason. They're mostly made of water ice, mixed with dust and rock. When they get warm, it's the water vapor that usually dominates their coma. But Atlas is different. It's spewing out vast quantities of CO2, with far less water vapor than a typical comet from our own solar system. This suggests that Atlas formed in a very different environment than our own comets. Perhaps it came from a star system where CO2 ice was much more abundant than water ice. It paints a picture of a planetary system vastly different from our own, a place with different chemistry, different building blocks for planets. This single observation opens up a whole new window into the diversity of star systems across our galaxy. But the CO2 wasn't the only surprise lurking in that ghostly green cloud. The analysis revealed something else, an element that has no business being there in such a noticeable quantity: nickel. Yes, the same metal used to make coins and stainless steel. Finding traces of metals like iron and nickel in the atmospheres of comets isn't completely unheard of, but it's usually in tiny, almost undetectable amounts. With Atlas, the nickel signature was strong, and it adds another layer to this deepening mystery. Why is the presence of nickel so strange? Because metals are heavy. They don't sublimate or turn into gas as easily as ice. For them to appear in the coma, something energetic must be happening. But what? This is one of the key questions astronomers are grappling with, and it ties directly into another bizarre behavior exhibited by Atlas. Its movement. This object isn't just following the predictable path dictated by the Sun's gravity. It's moving in a way that shows what's called non-gravitational acceleration, or NGA. In simple terms, it's being pushed by something other than gravity. For a normal comet, this is easily explained. As the Sun heats one side of the nucleus, jets of gas erupt from the surface, acting like tiny rocket thrusters that gently push the comet off its gravitational course. This is a well-understood phenomenon, but with Atlas, the math doesn't add up. The amount of push it's experiencing is hard to explain with the observed outgassing. It's accelerating, but why? Is it related to the strange composition? Is the high CO2 content causing more powerful or efficient jets? Or is it something else entirely? Could the presence of nickel be a clue? Some have theorized that perhaps strange chemical reactions on the surface are releasing these metals, but the mechanism is far from clear. This NGA is particularly interesting when we compare Atlas to our first interstellar visitor, ʻOumuamua. ʻOumuamua also showed non-gravitational acceleration, but it had no visible coma, no tail, no outgassing at all. This led to some wild speculation, most famously from Harvard astronomer Avi Loeb, who proposed it could be an alien artifact, a solar sail pushed by sunlight. Now, with Atlas, we have another interstellar object showing strange acceleration, but this time with a coma. It's like nature is giving us another piece of the puzzle, but it only makes the picture more confusing. So, let's recap the weirdness. We have an interstellar object. It has a coma that's unusually rich in CO2 and deficient in water. That coma also contains a surprising amount of nickel, and the object itself is moving in a way that we can't fully explain with our current models of cometary behavior. It's a trifecta of strangeness. This has, of course, led to a lot of speculation, some of it serious, and some of it less so. On the serious side, astronomers are trying to figure out what kind of stellar environment could produce an object like this. A cold CO2-rich region of a protoplanetary disk seems likely, but the details are fuzzy. It's a challenge to our models of how solar systems form. And then there's the more creative speculation. When you have an interstellar object exhibiting behavior we can't explain, the word is never far behind. Yes, aliens. The internet being the internet, theories have popped up suggesting Atlas isn't a comet at all. Could it be a spacecraft? Perhaps an alien probe venting propellant as it adjusts its course. The green glow, the weird chemicals, the strange acceleration at S. Easy to see how you could weave a compelling science fiction narrative around these facts. One humorous suggestion I saw online was that it's an alien garbage scow, venting its waste products as it passes through our system. The CO2 exhaust fumes, the nickel discarded scrap metal. While this is almost certainly not the case, it highlights just how perplexing this object is. When our best scientific models struggle to provide a neat explanation, it leaves a vacuum that human imagination is more than happy to fill. But in all seriousness, what could Atlas be? The most likely explanation is still that it's a natural object, but one that is fundamentally different from the comets born in our own solar system. It could be a fragment of an exopluto, a dwarf planet from another star system that was shattered by a collision long ago. Such a fragment might have a varied composition, with pockets of different ices and rocky materials, which could explain the strange mix of chemicals we're seeing. The non-gravitational acceleration might be due to its irregular shape, causing the outgassing to be highly asymmetric and unpredictable. The mystery of 3I Atlas is a perfect example of how science works. We observe something unexpected, something that doesn't fit our theories. This forces us to question our assumptions and come up with new ideas. Every time we discover an object like Atlas, ʻOumuamua, or Borisov, we learn a little more about the vast, diverse universe beyond our own backyard. These interstellar messengers are carrying secrets from their home stars, and we are just beginning to learn how to read them. Unfortunately, our time to study Atlas is running out. It's already on its way out of the solar system, getting fainter and fainter as it recedes into the darkness. Soon, it will be beyond the reach of our most powerful telescopes, continuing its lonely journey through the galaxy, but the data we've collected will be analyzed for years to come. Astronomers will build new models, run new simulations, and debate the true nature of this strange visitor. What do you think is going on with 3I Atlas? Is it a new class of comet from a bizarre star system, a fragment of a shattered alien world, or something else entirely? Let me know your theories down in the comments below. It's a genuine mystery, and right now, your guess might be as good as anyone's. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey to the edge of our solar system and beyond. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the mysteries of space, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Ring that notification bell so you won't miss our next cosmic adventure. Thanks for watching, and keep looking up.